Hello, everybody. Shane at Read the Wonder. First, I apologize. It's going to be a little bit wobbly. My setup isn't the best yet. Lighting's not perfect, but I don't care at the moment. Children of Litha Tarot. I was super excited to get this today. I was super excited to order it last week. It's one of the very few decks that has interested me in the last year and a half. In fact, it's the only one on my list right now, besides a Star Seeker, which I already got, and I'm selling. So this one, I'm pretty sure I am not selling. I adore it. I wanted to be by myself while I looked through it first, so I've already done that, guys. So no surprises for me, probably not for you, because it is, at least a year old. I think even older, came out. So this, I think I will do like a flip through. I'm not going to spend long on any card, or probably talk about even every card, but we can talk about the deck while I am flipping through it. So of course it came in this box here. I mean, I feel this is redundant. There's so many reviews on this, and if you've been interested in it, you've already seen them, so this is just going to be quick. It's a quick talk box. I love the writings on the back and on the inside. It's beautiful, it's a tuck box, and it's a good one. And then it came inside, well, before we get to that, it came with this beautiful tarot bag. It's velvet. It's like a deeper red. It's got the symbol we find everywhere, the box, the deck. It's beautiful, and it's really large, so like you could put some crystals with your deck in there. You can obviously include the guidebook. So yeah, I love the bag. And it came with a sticker. I don't have it on me, but the sticker is just this right here. A big round sticker with that, which will probably go on the inside of my car. And then the guidebook, which is a very cute, fairly large guidebook. You've got a page on each card, which is more than you get in a lot of white booklets. The illustrations are really cute. They're full color. And there's a lot of little information in here. There's some pretty good spreads. There's, good intros, talks about the major, the minor. She even gets into the pages and knights, so the court cards, really cool. It's a cool little guidebook that, like I said, it will go right in the bag with it. So I thought that was very nice. And then the cards. Those are the backs, which are absolutely beautiful, beautiful backs. My only hang up about this deck was that I thought it might be too animated. I don't like, I really don't know how to explain it, because like most decks obviously are animated, but I don't like overly like cutesy animated, and I felt like this one teetered right on the edge, but it is just real enough, just even adult enough to make it not feel super like animated, like I don't like. I think you guys understand me. So I'm really happy that I didn't get that feeling for it. I certainly didn't. So let's just start. And these are not in order. I've already shuffled. So we'll talk about it a little bit more while I am doing. Gosh, they are really thick. Sometimes I feel like I'm picking up two cards, but they're not thick as in like, like my Centennial Rider Way is really thick, and it's got a cardboard feel to it. It's stiff. I don't hate it, but I don't love it because it is really stiff. These are still very flexible, even though they're so thick. And they've got like that nice, super matte, almost like powdery feel, which is amazing. So the court cards, or not the court cards, the minor arcana, from what I've noticed, and as we do the flip through, we'll see and double check, but all of the minors, except court cards, so we're talking ace through 10, are kept in the oval. We see this oval, like this little window. They are all kept within that oval. You'll see what I mean. And I believe every minor has its own border color. There are many border colors in this deck, but each each suit has its own color, which is really, really cool. So it looks like cups have the purple here, and it's kind of like a, what do you call that? A, ombre. Kind of an ombre effect on some of these. It's really, really cool. So yep, there's another cup. A good example. We still have the purple border. So yes, every suit has its own border color, which is really, really cool. So then, see how this goes out of the oval? It seems like, and again, we'll have to look as we're going through them, I think that the court cards and the major arcana go out of that oval, which is really, really cool. So all of the ace through 10 stay in that oval, and a lot of the other cards will expand beyond that oval. And I just thought it's really cohesive. And I really love that in a deck. You know, it's easy to see in a reading. It's just got a really nice feeling to the spread. And just, aren't these beautiful? So yep, swords are going to be a blue, and it's kept within the oval. Also, I don't think there are any humans at all in the ace through 10 in the minors. I think it's all animals. And then we have humanoids, which is, sorry about that cut. Yuck, that's ugly to look at. It doesn't hurt. I burned myself a few days ago, but yeah, gross. So yeah, the court cards and the majors have humans or humanoids, which is a mixture of humans and animals. She explains that in her book and her reasonings behind that. It's beautiful. You know, she speaks to, you know, meshing the beast with the human and being, you know, that's our divinity. And you know, that's just a really good take. I loved that. So, yeah. What else? Court cards, again, we're going out of the circle. There's a lot of diversity in this deck. All the court cards kind of like, we're going to have more of our Asian flair, I think, in the pentacles. And they're all like a little Asian family. And the major, I think the major arcana, the colors on the borders are all different. They don't have like a definite color for the major arcana. So my only, and this isn't even a real hang up at all, but it's just if I had to pick one little hang up, one little meh about it, it would be that some of them they look Disney-ish. Not in a super Disney way, more in an adult Disney. Like we have the eel here from The Little Mermaid. And there's just a few cards that I just feel like maybe she got her inspiration. I mean, not per se from Disney, but her art style is very in line with some of the animation you would find in Disney movies. Aren't they beautiful? Look at this card. Oh my God. They are beautiful. See, like, that's very Lion King to me. Very Simba and his family. Still a beautiful card. I love it. I love it. But I almost wish that I didn't see that in the few cards I do, because it does throw me off a little bit. Like, you know, why is Disney in my deck? But there's still, I mean, like I said, if I had to pick one gripe, that would be it. But that's certainly not enough to make me think any less of the deck at all. I love that devil card. I don't think I mean, I love every major in here, and I don't think there's any minors that I don't like. I mean, obviously there are some that I'm like meh about, but that happens in any deck. There's none that I don't like though. What else can we talk about? Aren't they beautiful? Page of Cups. Yeah, so I don't know what cups would be, if that's just an, you know, the ethnicity. It just looks a normal white person, you know. Wands, we have more of like an African flair to it in the family, which is really awesome. So like I said, there is diversity, you know, and I really like that. Of course, we know I love the cats. I'm a cat person, and that's beautiful. This is the one card before I bought it, I was like, oh God. And it's not much different in person. I was hoping it would be. It's not. This is very Pocahontas / Jasmine's Tiger, what's his name, but from Aladdin. It just looked like a mashup of those two. And like, if I had never watched those movies, this card would be, and it is, it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous card. But every time I see it, I see Pocahontas meshed with Raja. I think it's Raja, right? But tell me you don't see that. I'm sorry if you didn't, and now you do. But again, still a beautiful card, and it doesn't... Look at this. Fox is my spirit animal, for sure. And this is probably one of the most beautiful Wheel of Fortunes I have ever seen. You have the different colored foxes. You have the sun and the moon. You have somewhat of the seasons here. Astrological wheel looks like. That one I'm going to have to study a little bit and really get into. But it's a beautiful card. Empress. The Moon. I love the foxes in here. They're just illustrated beautifully. I mean, all the animals are... Yeah, I see very African here. It's gorgeous. And she does this like white outlining around a lot of figures, and in some of them it actually looks like you actually want to rub it, because it looks like it's kind of popping out just a little bit. And I didn't see that until I got the deck in person, so that might not be so visible online. God, it's just gorgeous. And you kind of take it for granted until you're looking at it in person and actually looking at the detail. Look at that Queen of Cups. The aces are the only exception, I think, in the minors where there is a human figure. Either a human or a humanoid, you know? So the aces in the minors have some kind of human in them. The rest of the minors don't, except for the court cards. That's what I'm thinking. Is what I've seen. I don't mind that sun. I mean, it's a cat with a yarn, with a ball of yarn, like... But it's not, like, juvenile feeling. It's still, like... It is a really intense sun card. And I just love that she wasn't able to incorporate, you know, the sunflower in the cat's hair and the yarn ball. It's amazing. It's incredible. Incredible. Little rhino family. Beautiful death card. It shuffles beautifully. It really does. It's a little bit, you know, like these, when you get a super matte deck, they kind of stick at first. You know, when you try to overhand shuffle, they kind of clump together more than, you know, other decks would. Gorgeous strength card. But I've already noticed, I've only had it today. I got it, and I've been shuffling it off and on, and that's already going away. So that doesn't worry me. That'll go away with some time. Riffle shuffles beautifully. It's a little stiff at first, but again, it's already kind of loosening up, and that's only going to get better with time. Some people don't riffle shuffle, so that's not going to be an issue. I just have to. I love riffle shuffling, and no matter the cost of a deck, I'm going to riffle shuffle it. Because if I'm not riffle shuffling it, I don't feel like it's my deck. I don't feel like I'm connecting to it. That's just me. So I'm not going to worry about ruining it or bending it or anything. I can always buy another one. If they go out of print, then poor me. But I have to riffle shuffle. There is, there is some somewhat graphic death in this card and killing, and some people might be really put off by that, especially like in the Emperor. I don't know if we've come across it or not, but to me, you know, and at first I was like, oh god, you know, because I hate dead animals. I you know, it makes me feel so... I just hate it. I hate it. But I think it works in this deck, you know, or in this deck. It's really about that animalistic part, you know, animalistic side of the world in ourselves. And that does come with some death and comes with some pain. And so I think that needed to be shown in this deck. And I think she uses it sparingly and where it ought to be used. And I think, you know, in its own way, it is beautiful when he does it, you know. Death can often be ugly, but, you know, there's something beautiful about it in some areas, too. And, like that kills me, you know, it's a fox. And I love the fox. And there's vultures feeding off of it. But we have to remember this is the Ten of Swords. It is the Ten of Swords, and that's not supposed to be, you know, a beautiful card. Some people will turn it into a beautiful card. I don't think it is. It is the Ten of Swords. It's, you know, it's the end of a really painful cycle, you know. And so she shows that very explicitly. We even have entrails. And if you know, some people are really going to hate that. Stay away from this deck if you do, because we see this a couple times. But it is what this card is, and it doesn't shy away from it. And I really, really, really like that. And it shows the starting, you know, how it continues on to a new cycle. We have, you know, the what are these, vultures feeding off of it, and it's sustaining them. So circle of life, you know. And she depicts that, you know, in this deck. And, you know, I mustn't be scared of that. What else, guys? I love those koi fish. They're beautiful. Jellyfish. Yeah, I'm not gonna get rid of this deck unless I end up not using it at all, but I don't think that's possible. I don't really believe in a soul deck. If I had to pick a soul deck, it would be Rider-Waite. I mean, that's just, you know, I love that deck. I will always love that deck, and who knows why. Who knows, maybe it's just because it's the first one I ever owned. Maybe if this had been the first tarot deck I ever owned, I would be all about, you know, my soul deck is this deck, you know, maybe. That could very well be true, you know. I love that Hermit. Do you see that? The green is beautiful. I love these kind of murky greens. Yeah, the illustrations are just... they're incredible. I love her artwork. I love her artwork. I think this deck is going to read beautifully. It looks, I'll show you really quick. We're almost done here. That looks like a big betta fish. I don't know if that's what she had in mind, but it looks like a big betta, and it's just gorgeous. I love betta fish. Yeah, see, this is another one, the Three of Swords. We have a swan that is, if not dead, pretty close to it, dying. And that can be, it gives you a little bit of a queasy feeling, but this card is about, you know, heartbreak and soul loss, you know. That's from Tarot of the She, soul loss, and soul loss. I really liked that explanation for the Three of Swords. It's not supposed to be a pretty card. It's, you know, it's supposed to make us, it's supposed to make us think and realize, you know, there's some pain going on here, you know. I don't know, like, I don't think that kind of stuff should be sweetened up. Oh God, look at this. Look at her face. So, yep, there's some more. Again, it's the Nine of Swords, you know, nightmares, anxiety, stress. And if you don't see that when you're looking at this card, you know, it's going to invoke those feelings, as it should. The Judgment card is beautiful. Oh, God. This is card, you know, there's another dead fox, I think. Is that fox? Yeah, it's got an arrow through it. And again, when I stopped in this card, I said, oh, why? But she's also wearing, it looks like, well, or she's either part fox or she's wearing part of a fox. The whole idea is a humanoid, so I would assume that she's trying to depict half a fox here. So this Judgment is, you know, she's carrying what I would call like part of her family. You know, it's part of her family. It's a family member here. And I see her kind of mourning this, and Judgment kind of does, you know, for me, depict that. There is a, you know, reforming of ourselves, and there's loss in there. And, you know, deciding, you know, are the ends worth the means? Have we learned anything? That sort of thing. And I get that feeling a lot from this card. The High Priestess, gorgeous. One of my favorite cards in any deck, and she did so well. The Fool is gorgeous. Gorgeous, so pretty. I've seen that everywhere before I looked at this deck. But that's not really a humanoid, which is interesting. And that might mean something, being the Fool. But I don't see any kind of like animal, anything animalistic in her features. So that's something to think about. Cute little donkey. Great Justice card. And the Five of Cups. Yeah. Gosh, this one especially feels a little bit thicker. I don't know if it is or not. It's so weird. It feels... That was the first one I said was really thick, too, wasn't it? No, you know, they're just... I think it's just me, maybe if I'm holding it like this. Yeah, maybe it's because it was in my left hand. So yeah, when you lay them side by side or, you know, up and down, it's really cool because of the matte black background and, but what do you call this thing? Oh no, guys, I am baking chicken and it's going off. So this was perfect timing. But see how they're all like kind of, it's one picture with the ovals like little windows into it. It just works so beautifully. It is a beautiful deck. So if you were ever on the verge of getting this deck, you know, do what you want. It's got my stamp of approval. There's nothing, I mean, like, aesthetically and material-wise and anything. It is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So if you like the imagery, you're not going to be in any way disappointed with the quality of this deck. You know, I don't think it's a deck for the faint of heart. It's not, you know, it's animated, but it's more of an adult animation. And, you know... Just, I think it's an amazing deck, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be one I keep. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this deck and whether you're going to or already have purchased it. And that's it. Bye-bye. See you later.